Handheld gaming has come a very long way since the early days of the Game Boy Color. The question now is, should you be looking into your next big handheld console? Well, let's break that all down. Up next. What's going on, guys? It's Kalo, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and welcome to the Level Up. So today's video is going to be a little different. It's going to be more of me just yapping about a certain thing, and that certain thing, I can't believe I'm in possession of this, is the ASUS ROG Ally. I don't know how lucky I am to have come into possession of one of these, but I've been playing it non-stop. I was just at PAX East, and taking this thing with me on the go has been a lifesaver as far as saving myself from boredom, but I am truly amazed at what this thing can do. So let's get into some of my thoughts, and no, this isn't more of a technical review. This is more of a just honest experience with it. Now, as far as the exact model I have the ROG Ally 7-inch 120Hz FHD 1080p gaming handheld with that AMD Ryzen Z1 Extreme processor. And as far as storage space goes, that's around 512 gigs. Now, in case you want to know about audio, the surround sound that is supported is Dolby Atmos. Now, as far as the display goes, it's a 7-inch display, it is an LED, and it is a touchscreen, which, if you ask me, that was a very valuable feature to have. Now, the 512 gigabytes of onboard storage is a little bit left to be desired, mainly because today's game normally take up half of that, if not more. But in case you do want to expand this storage here, the memory card compatibility does include a micro SD card, micro SD-HC, and micro SD-XC. Now let's talk about performance. The system memory RAM does have around 16 gigabytes of RAM, and that's LPDDR5 RAM. Now, speaking of performance, it really wouldn't be performance without a little bit of power. So it does have a USB-C port at the top of the console that does include this rechargeable battery. Now, as far as the console's price goes, I'm looking on Best Buy right now. It's around $650 US, and I gotta be honest, that was one of the things that kind of kept me away from this type of console, mainly because did I really need something like this on the go? And after getting the hands-on with it, I honestly can't picture travel and life without it. Now, the game I have been playing a lot of on this console is Clair Obscur Expedition 33, and I gotta say, I've been enjoying that game a lot. And at first, I was a little confused as far as how this thing actually worked, as far as can it run modern games? And that's where I came into this whole menu display through the command center, and there was different performance mode, like 15 watts performance mode, which kind of lessens everything so the battery lasts a long time, the turbo mode, which gets around 25 watts, and then 10 watts in silent mode. So I assume if you're not playing a game that's too demanding, that's the mode you kind of want to stick in. But as for me personally, I did run this thing in turbo mode most of the time, mainly because I was either in my hotel room playing this, I wasn't really taking it with me out on the streets, or I was at the airport, so I always had a wall plug near me, and that really changed things. My other sentiment that did keep me away from this type of thing was, I have a Switch, it can kind of do the same things, but really it can't. I don't think it's running games like that. I also cloud streamed a lot off this device through the Xbox app, and that was another big game-changing thing for me as far as I have my whole Xbox library with me, and those are the games I really wanted to play. Now, let's talk about some of the problems I ran into. Mainly, it's all on me because I'm kind of dumb sometimes, and I didn't really read the directions because, honestly, who does that? So I did pick up this console and I immediately booted up Clair Obscur, and I was wondering why this game ran so bad. I don't know if you can pick this up. Oh, no, you can't. Well, it's kind of there, so you can kind of see. It stutters a little bit. And that's because it came out of the box in this 10 watt mode, in silent mode. And I did slowly realize if you want your games to perform at the best they possibly could be, you're gonna wanna stay in this 25 watt turbo mode, or at least 15 watts performance mode, and then your titles are running fine. Now, I want to talk about taking my Xbox library with me on the go. I normally didn't do cloud gaming, mainly because I'm here, I'm at my PC, I'm at my Xbox. I don't need none of that on the go. Turns out having this was a godsend. I can't wait to see what Xbox pulls off as far as their own native handheld goes. But having the cloud streaming capabilities off this device, not having to download all my games on the device and stress out that 512 gigs of memory, that was also very helpful. Now, there were other games I loaded onto this device like Helldivers 2. That was a fun time playing on this device, but I also want to stress the point, if you're playing games like Repo, Phasmophobia, or anything like that, you're gonna have to keybind, which was the one thing that really made me not play games like Repo on this, specifically because it didn't feel as good as playing on my PC. So keep that in mind. I know a lot of you guys do play Repo, and yeah, it wasn't for me on this kind of device. Now, another negative for me is that price point of $650. I'll be upfront, I did not pay for this console. I got it sent to me, so I just want to say that I'm putting it out there, but $650 is a steep price tag, especially in today's gaming climate. So I would only really recommend this device if you are very much about gaming, if you are the enthusiast. I wouldn't suggest this as your end-all be-all gaming console, but at the end of the day, it could perform just like that. And what's interesting to me is that the Switch 2 is on the horizon. I will do a comparison between the two, mainly because I know they're not really within the same ballpark, but that Switch 2 is looking pretty damn good. I want to see how games compare on both platforms. And speaking from a kid born in the 90s and living throughout all these different eras in gaming, taking console games like this, like these expensive high-end games, like I've been playing Oblivion Remake on here as well, that sentiment is still mind-blowing to me, mainly for the fact I have it all in the palm of my hands. The battery lasts a decent amount of time, especially within turbo mode. I thought that was something that would eat through the battery. Turns out it doesn't. It got around 2 hours for me personally. I do have the brightness down a little bit, mainly because I don't need it shining in my face. Also, I was on a plane, didn't want to annoy other people, but I do have the RGB on here, so maybe that was annoying. But yeah, that sentiment of taking those high-end games with me on the go, that's something that still blows my mind every time I pick up this device and it runs the games like that. Clair Obscur looks absolutely beautiful, and honestly, it sounds weird to say, I have exclusively played Clair Obscur on this device. I have not touched it on my Xbox or my PC. And I don't know, it's just one of those games that feel right at home on this device. Now, the whole reason why I wanted to make this video is to say, yes, this is worth it, but only if you're really serious about gaming and you want that top-end experience on the go. Sure, I do want to stress the point as well. Cloud gaming is a thing with Xbox, at least. So you could take your phone, your laptop, or whatever other device you have and play your games off that. This is more of, hey, I want my Steam library as well. I want my Xbox library there too. So kind of marrying those two together on this device, that's good to go. And recently there was talk of the ASUS ROG Ally 2 on the horizon, as well as that aforementioned Xbox One. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is maybe hold off if you could, or if you do want to get into this type of experience, wait for these to go on sale when the ASUS ROG Ally 2 drops, and boom, you have a more than capable console to take with you on the go. Again, just having these top tier games with me on the go, that's something that still, I don't know, maybe I'm simple-minded, but that's something I really enjoy. That's something I still can't get over, how far gaming has come since then. But yeah, that about does it here for this episode of the Level Up. I know I've been yapping for quite some time now, but if you do have any other questions in regards to this device, drop them down below. If you happen to own one, let me know your thoughts about it. But that about does it here. I've been Kalo. I gave you the lowdown on all things gaming, and if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like. on the video, and this has been the Level Up.